She's the world's largest custom-built livestock carrier, a modern-day Noah's Ark, Becrux.
For us, it's a passenger ship. Just the passengers are 4 legs. That's the only difference.
She must get 16,000 head of cattle from Australia to Indonesia in just 4 days.
One of the most dangerous animals you carry at sea.
On the way, they'll face heavy traffic and pirate-infested waters.
We are under piracy attack.
What counts is to get this $12 million cargo delivered alive and well. In the heat of a summer night, a giant ship pulls up to the wharf in the port of Darwin on Australia's north coast. This $100 million ship was designed and built to carry one of Australia's most important exports, livestock. Becrux is coming in from delivering millions of dollars worth of sheep and cattle to Oman, Kuwait, and Mexico. Captain Antonio Toscas has one priority: to load his ship and set sail again, fast. For Becrux, time is big money. Leaving on schedule is essential.
Our weather is gonna be very good, as we thought.
We are lucky.
Yeah, we will have good voyage.
They have just 2 days to load more than 16,000 animals. But right now, she's forbidden by law to even start. The quarantine flag is up. The ship is locked down. The only people allowed on are government inspectors. Until cleared, a livestock ship like Becrux is presumed a hazard to the health of every animal in Australia. By dawn, Becrux has cleared inspection and is ready for loading. It is up to her experienced crew, a confident League of Nations, to prepare her for what's coming. The officers are almost all Italians. The deckhands, mostly from the Philippines. The engineers from India. English is their only common tongue, and clear communication is crucial.
Okay.
The turnaround time is tight. But first, Captain Toscas needs to chart his course. The crew needs to ready their ship for a huge influx of hungry and thirsty animals. It will require 300 tons of feed and nearly 500,000 liters of water a day. A high-powered ventilation system, state-of-the-art electronics, and to get them moving, a 15,000 horsepower 7-cylinder diesel engine that has powered the ship without a breakdown for the 7 years since she was built.
71 voyages we made. 71 voyages, and there have been problems, but never something which has held the ship up or the ship has stopped. No.
That is ready to be launched.
It's a state-of-the-art facility made expressly to care for what SEBA Ships considers passengers.
For us, it's a passenger ship. Just the passengers are 4 legs. That's the only difference. At stockyards a few kilometers from the port, thousands of cattle are herded into the staging area. They've come from all over Australia's Northern Territory. By dusk, all 16,000 will be here.
Those cattle ready? Stand up.
They need to be here to undergo a government-ordered health inspection. These are range animals, tough and strong. They're jumpy around people. If they get scared and panic spreads, only the fences would prevent a stampede. Here and at sea, managing the animals is the domain of the stockmen, specially trained and certified cowboys of the outback.
We're just looking for these cattle just come off the truck this morning, just doing a bit of tidy up the line before they go on the boat tomorrow night. So anything that's looking a bit poor in condition, put it in a separate pen. So we're doing a quick sort out before the vets get here.
The stockmen are seriously outnumbered. On board, it'll be 16,000 to 4. Stockman Linton Batt has to organize them according to a precise loading plan.
Just trying to find the right pens and the right space for the cattle and keep them in the specific lines for the clients overseas. So it's been one of our more tricky loadouts for sure.
They all look pretty good.
Just like the ship, these cattle are going nowhere until quarantine gives them a green light.
These ones came in first. Some of the, I think, Alice Springs cattle. Reds. Heifers further over.
Cattle manager Justin Morrissey presents them to the government vet.
Tough animals.
If the vet finds even one diseased animal, he can seal off this feedlot and stop the shipment. Raising cattle and sheep in Australia is a $10 billion a year industry. Nothing can be allowed to endanger it.
I'll go to the office to do some paperwork.
So approval to load is no sure thing, and the entire shipment depends upon it.
What we've been waiting for, permission for leave for loading, good to go.
Getting cattle to the ship is the job of an Australian specialty, road trains. They're ungainly, but one of them can pack in 200 head per trip. That kind of size matters when you're racing against the clock to get all those cattle on board before it's time to go. Loading is a 2.5-day marathon, all day and night in sweltering tropical heat. They need to keep up a grueling pace, 500 animals an hour, one every 7 seconds, for 48 straight hours. Not only that, they have to load them in a precise sequence.
The cargo on board is for 5 different clients. We have to load the boat as we will unload the boat in Indonesia. To get them arriving at the boat on time, to get on the right deck in the right area, that takes some thinking about.
They also need to keep the weight evenly distributed and steer the younger and more mobile cattle to the lowest and highest decks. The older ones get the easy-to-access middle decks. If a steer bolts or a heifer stumbles and gets hurt, the whole operation could come to a halt. And they have to do it road train after road train after road train.
I'd say we're averaging around 500 head an hour. There's opportunities to go faster, but we don't like to push the cattle around too much.
Too fast causes injuries and stress. Hurt or anxious cattle could lose weight on the voyage. Lost weight means lost profits.
We're in a very hot climate, and as quickly and quietly as we can put those cattle on board the ship, the better result we're going to have over across the voyage.
The crew are trying to get loaded in time for a punctual departure. They just might make it, as long as the tide doesn't get too high.
In 1 hour we're going to have a
High tide. If the tide goes too high, the ramp gets too steep, we can't ram cattle up because they'll roll back down and they get crushed.
we stop the load.
Yeah. Then we'll go again later when it comes back down.
It's a grueling job in sweltering heat and stifling humidity.
Getting on for 12, 14 hours in. No men or animal damaged. We take rest when we can. We work when the trucks are here. And that's the safety of the men and the livestock.
At the start of the second day of their punishing load schedule, there's a sudden setback. An arriving tanker has priority, so Becrux has to move a few hundred meters.
Okay, boys, 4.5, single up.
Okay, 042, we're just going to start.
Roger that.
It's only a short way, but it requires tugs, a harbor pilot, and time they'd rather not spend.
Water power, Mariko.
Order power.
The whole loading schedule has to be changed.
Stop engine.
Stop engine. It's put us probably 12 hours behind. We should be able to get a few trucks in and keep the show moving. We can only go as fast as the trucks can get here, so that's a limiting factor, but we're ready to go now.
Just as things get rolling again, a truckload of stumbling blocks rolls in.
Reluctant sea travellers.
Water buffalo. They can weigh up to 700 kilograms, and they throw that weight around. If you try to hurry them, they'll just get mad. This schedule can't afford any bovine mutinies. The stockmen are about to face a big, mean test.
Here they come. Whee!
Becrux, the world's largest custom-made livestock carrier, is loading up for a 4-day journey from Darwin, Australia to Jakarta, Indonesia, with 16,000 cows, steers, heifers, bulls, and some very large and very stubborn water buffalo.
Jimbo! First 4 decks are the big buffaloes, yeah? Buffalo are running very different to cattle. These are big, tough, strong animals. Probably the most dangerous animal you carry at sea. It'll be hard yakka. Yeah, so just need to close the gate. We'll run the small one straight. Coming now.
Becrux has a tight schedule. It's only 12 hours from departure. But water buffalo just don't care.
Who's back there?
You can't push them. If you do, they push right back.
Those big fellas will go 700 kilos.
If you try to scare them, they can turn the tables on you in a heartbeat.
Push him up. Push him up.
And if there isn't a strong barrier between you, they can be lethal. Even then, give them running room and they can blow those barriers off their hinges.
Get the gate. Got the gate. Got the gate.
Just to survive, the stockmen have to move fast.
That's the big ones finished. And now little ones. Where's your mate? Here he comes.
The last, most stubborn buffalo seemed determined to blow the loading schedule off its hinges.
No, we haven't got time for you, mate.
To get them moving, the stockmen need every trick in their book. First, gentle persuasion.
Go on out. Go on out. Go on out. There he goes, there he goes, there he goes. Ah!
Then, a tug. It comes down to a battle of wills and reflexes.
I think he nearly got you. One big old boy, obviously a reluctant traveller. Not only a free trip to Indonesia, he might have left his passport behind. Here we go.
Becrux is scheduled to leave with the morning tide. It's going to be another long night.
Plan to finish about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Do you have any news about pilot?
Yeah, pilot will be 6:30.
The officers put their heads together to chart the best route. They have to pass through the Java Sea, a notorious pirate zone. And if that's not bad enough, it's also monsoon season. Last week, a cyclone turned Darwin's harbor into a maelstrom. Nobody wants the danger and ordeal of dealing with large animals in heavy seas.
As soon as off the coast of Australia, we are expecting a good current pushing us from aft. So I think we will reach in time in Jakarta. But once inside here is good.
All right.
At 3 a.m., bovine passenger number 16,341 was finally loaded. Departure time is only 4 hours away. Becrux is sitting lower in the water, weighed down by 5 million kilograms of live cargo.
The pilot ladder, starboard side, 1 meter.
On the bridge, the pace quickens. Captain Toskis has the most impressive license a seafarer can have. Master Mariner, unlimited tonnage, all oceans. But not even he is allowed to sail unassisted in Darwin's harbor.
New technology, eh?
By law, a local pilot must guide Becrux out to open water.
Okay, half thrust to port.
Yes, port.
Yeah, Maracay, just lift off fairway, please.
Fairway.
It's full thrust to port.
The big diesel cranks away with the power of 15,000 horses.
Roger, no traffic. Thanks very much.
Pushing Becrux and her 16,000 cattle out toward the Darwin Channel.
Steady on 290, please. 290. Thanks. I'll get off here. Get you steady on 283. And report at Bravo. Yeah.
All right.
When Becrux reaches the mouth of the harbor, the pilot's job is done.
When I get off, come back to switch 0, then straight out.
Okay,
Okay? Thanks very much, Captain. Thank you.
They want little to starboard.
Okay, all right.
They put starboard 5.
Yeah, pilot away. No thrust.
But only a few minutes after the pilot leaves, the engine temperature sensors indicate a problem that could send Becrux right back to the wharf.
Chief.
Yes, Captain, we have slight problem. See, number 2 unit, that sensor is not working okay, so the deviation is high. So I will have to stop for about 5 minutes, maybe maximum 10 minutes.
Okay, I will stop the ship now. Some problem. Engine problem. How this happen? Always.
The engine's normal operating temperature is 80 degrees Celsius. Cylinder 2 is reading 383. If true, the engine is on the verge of a meltdown.
Number 2 unit, eh?
The chief is hoping it's just a bad sensor. But if the new one confirms an overheating cylinder, the journey is at risk. Returning to the dock at Darwin will cost tens of thousands of dollars. Right now, this massive ship, fully loaded with more than 16,000 cattle, is adrift, barely a kilometer offshore. On the bridge, the next 10 minutes will feel like 10 hours. Becrux has just left the wharf in Darwin, Australia, but already within sight of the beach, she's dead in the water. Her engineers are scrambling to make a repair.
That number 2 sensor is not working correct. That is why the deviation is showing high.
Chief Engineer Ajith has shut down the diesel engine to see why cylinder 2 is reading nearly 5 times the normal temperature. On the bridge, the captain has to ride the wind and tides to keep his powerless ship from drifting into shallow water.
315. Chief Engineer told me 10 minutes about. We are safe for the channel and for this slow water, shallow water.
The chief engineer has ordered the sensor replaced. Now he needs to test both it and the engine. In her 7-year career, Becrux has never had a breakdown at sea. No one wants the first time to be with a full load.
Captain, we are going to start the engine now. Okay.
They start the engine and wait to see if it climbs above the normal operating temperature of 80 degrees. The cylinder gets to 80 and holds.
Fire on starboard side, starboard side, barometer.
Okay, Captain, everything is normal. Now you can bring the RPM to 127.
So we can go. Slow ahead.
With the big diesel back online, Becrux and her 16,000 bovine passengers head for open water. Cattle are used to solid ground, but they usually adjust to the ship's motion after a day. If they get anxious and go off their feed longer than that, they start to lose weight fast. Lost weight means lost profits.
Head up, girls. That manure's starting to build up in there, Scott. We might get some sawdust. Yep. I might spread some sawdust through this pen.
One of the stockman's biggest jobs is just keeping their cattle calm.
Easy, girls. Easy, girls.
On Becrux, animals usually gain weight, a big reason the ship is in demand. Now, Becrux's stockmen are trying a new way to pile on a few more kilos. Electrolytes.
Gatorade for cows.
Yeah, radio, time, okay. Permit is done. Okay. Thank you very much.
While the cattle feed, Chief Officer Laura Pinasco must ensure the fodder keeps coming. To do that, she has to go into the ship's most dangerous area, the silos. All those tons of fodder must be kept dry or it will spoil. But the drier it is, the greater the risk of an explosion. One spark in here and Becrux could blow.
The light is fireproof and sealed as well. And we have CO2 system and of course fire detection system. We can stop the fire in a few seconds.
If the fodder does start burning, a system triggered from the bridge can fill this compartment with carbon dioxide gas and smother the blaze. The food is so essential that Becrux has 2 separate silos. Even if the supply in one is ruined, the second can keep the animals fed long enough to finish the journey. The silos are just the headwaters of an elaborate system that transports food to every pen on all 9 decks. From each silo, the feed falls through 6 chutes onto a conveyor belt. The conveyor runs to a lift. Small scoops hoisted to the sun deck. Those yummy pellets then flow the length and breadth of the ship on more conveyors. Then gravity takes over, pulling the feed down a series of chutes through the decks and out to every trough. This system can deliver more than 300 tons a day.
Really are looking good, aren't they?
To wash those dry pellets down requires more fresh water than Becrux could load or store. So to keep her passengers hydrated, the ship has 4 reverse osmosis desalinators that can transform seawater into more than 500,000 liters of fresh water a day. Fresh air is even more important. The cattle would suffocate if it weren't for 84 high-powered fans. Half of them draw fresh air from the top deck and push it below through huge ducts. On each deck, deflectors divert the rushing air out through openings cut into the giant pipes. The other 42 fans suck hot, stale air from the pens up the tubes and out vents on the sun deck. Inside, it sounds like a jet engine, But the air in this huge ship is completely replenished every 60 seconds, 3 times faster than on a jetliner. Creature comforts for the officers and crew are important as well. Officers spend 6 months on board without a break. For the deckhands, it's a year. But there is time to relax, and there are benefits to sailing on a ship that flies the Italian flag.
Okay, boys, wait a moment. Tonight, I will cooking for you. Lasagna. I hope you like, eh? Oh, thank you, Captain. Why not?
Captain Toscas paid his way through the Maritime Academy by working as a cook.
Cook.
So every now and then, he takes a turn in the galley.
Cook, tomorrow you coming on the bridge. I will show you how to pilot the boat.
Yes, sir. It's for 20 minutes, sir.
20 minutes, but don't burn. Eh?
All right, sir.
Oh, good. Me? Oh.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you very much. Don't tell me that is not good.
The crew of Becrux is as unusual as the ship's mission. Cowboys and sailors don't often mingle. When they do, not even 84 high-powered blowers can clear the air of all that testosterone. The stockmen are taller, but on this court, sea legs matter more, and the deckhands have got them. On the bridge, it's not sea legs that are needed, but owl eyes. Tonight, the Timor Sea is as dark as the captain's espresso. Third Officer Giuseppe Verducci is on the night watch.
The speed also is going up. Wind is going down. Visibility very good.
The weather is good, a mixed blessing, as the real threats in Indonesian waters are pirates. They sneak up alongside ships in powerful speedboats under cover of darkness. Armed with machine guns and grenades, pirate gangs board by clambering up grappling lines they hook onto a ship's railings. For young Third Officer Verducci, it's going to be a long night. The journey from Darwin, Australia to Jakarta, Indonesia enters its second day. Becrux and her 16,000 four-legged passengers are making a respectable 18 knots, about 33 kilometers an hour. Chief Officer Laura Pinasco has been on the lookout for pirates since her shift started at 4 a.m. With the sun up, the threat of pirate attack is lower. But the officers are about to face a new challenge, a tight squeeze. Indonesia's islands are a barrier to ships sailing between East Asia and the Indian Ocean.
We are just south of Timor, and we will be on the narrow channel on about 8 o'clock.
All the maritime trade between East Asia and the Indian Ocean has to funnel through a few bottlenecks. The Roti Strait is only 10 kilometers wide, and its currents are notoriously strong. So the officers need to be especially vigilant, minding where the ship is heading, as well as the radar, the horizon, and the waters around them.
East Timor, Indonesia.
The stockmen have their own interests to watch over. They have to be on their guard for any signs of a contagious disease. With so many cattle crowded together, anything that could spread is likely to. The stockmen watch for warning signs like lost appetite. After years of working with livestock, they can single out an animal with a problem from a herd of thousands.
That's that greyhound that Australian has been eating the last couple of days. Maybe we might pull her out. Right. Give us some antibiotics. I think she's picked up a minor infection. Yeah, right, mate. Bill, this is a hospital pen. Yep. Some sawdust made comfortable. There she is over the back.
The stockman must act quickly when it comes to treatment. In this case, it's a gut infection and not contagious.
So we're going to give her a course of antibiotics, see if we can sort the problem out and get her back in the swing of things and get her back on that food. This will get her right. Done. All right, Stuart, just keep an eye on her for the next day or so.
Next, the stockmen have to face a different medical crisis. One of the buffalo has an infection, but the treatment hasn't worked.
There we go, mate.
Yeah, mate, I've sedated him. He's out cold.
Fully sedated?
Yeah, no, he's right to go.
There we go, mate.
They've run out of options.
Is he fully sedated?
He is, mate, yep.
No, it's a terrible end to what's been a great day.
Yeah, it's a shame, isn't it?
All right, let's put him out of his misery. Excuse me. Let's get out of here.
It's a grim sight, but the buffalo will neither go to waste nor pollute the water. The sea around here teems with hungry sharks. Up on the bridge, Captain Toscas is getting ready to enter the Java Sea.
After we coming inside to Java Sea, this is very big, dangerous for pirates.
The Java Sea is home water to some of the world's most dangerous pirates, with dozens of attacks in the last 5 years alone. Becrux is heading right into the hot zone.
Yeah, nowadays piracy is becoming a very big problem. We can do nothing. We can do nothing just to avoid them. The only thing that we can do is to be alert.
Unarmed merchant ships are lucrative prey for pirates. Crews have their cash and belongings on board with them. And the crews themselves are valuable as hostages for ransom.
The boat have a radio, huh? You have also the radio.
Captain Toscas must make sure everyone is prepared with a pirate drill.
Okay, ma'am. One boat is coming this side.
What?
Yeah, this one.
This point?
Yeah, coming this side.
I think we have a trouble.
Yeah, okay.
Put in steering. Fast.
Hot. Hand is steady.
Yes. 296.
296 now.
We want small boat coming, maybe piracy.
Where?
Even though it's only a drill, Captain Toscas and his crew take this exercise very seriously.
Attention to all crew. Attention to all crew. We are under piracy attack. Under piracy attack.
The name of the game is to make boarding dangerous and difficult. Everyone plays a part. The engineers pour on speed. The helmsman zigs and zags.
MV Becrux, suspected piracy attack.
The deckhands man fire hoses and searchlights, the last line of defense.
Captain, communication established.
Piracy in these waters is a real threat. From here to Jakarta, everyone will remain on high alert. At dawn on day 3, Becrux is north of Bali. Smooth seas make for fast sailing. Under the watchful eyes of the engineers, the big diesel has been working flawlessly. To make even better time, a course has been set that skirts close to the coast. But that means lots of traffic. The bridge officers have to keep their eyes peeled. Chief Officer Laura Pinasco has been on watch for 4 hours, and now it's Giuseppe Verducci's turn.
Visibility is very good. You can see this small boat 11 miles far. You can see by binoculars.
Before Pinasco leaves the bridge, she is required by maritime law to assure that her replacement is coherent and alert.
Everything is clear. I can leave the bridge.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you.
Make a mistake and you can forfeit your license and career. Verducci spots a vessel on the radar. Right now, it's on a collision course.
We have a ship on port bow coming toward us. With present course, actually, we can say we are in collision.
Big as the ocean is, there are traffic laws. Because the approaching ship is on Becrux's port or left side, it's the one that must change course to avoid a collision.
It's like on a car, like in a road.
Verducci has to keep his course steady and track the other vessel. It does change course. But then an alarm goes off. One of the high-powered fans that pump fresh air to the cattle decks has failed.
Actually, it's very important. Hello, chief engineer is there?
Aboard Becrux, there is no problem more urgent than a ventilation failure.
Okay, please tell the electrician to go and check quickly the exhaust EAC number 4, because we get alarm it failed.
If the system goes down, the livestock on the enclosed decks would start to suffocate within minutes. But the situation turns out to be isolated to one blower and one embarrassed stockman.
Buddy had a couple of gates on my arm to pen some cattle into a hospital pen, and my hat flew up the exhaust vent up into here, straight into the fan, stopped the system, jammed it tight, and chewed my hat to pieces as well.
But the sea has more perils than the occasional shredded Stetson. Every year, more than 6,000 mariners are lost at sea. Even more would be lost if ships didn't practice how to rescue a person who's gone overboard. A ship can't just slam on the brakes. Stopping takes miles. The first thing is to spot the swimmer and mark where he is. The captain orders what is known as a Williamson turn.
Come 350.
350. Chief, man overboard on starboard side and make maneuvering.
First, a hard 60-degree turn away from the swimmer, this time to port. Then the rudders are jammed the opposite way, 240 degrees to starboard. The turns double the vessel back on her original track.
Northern I put in water. This is India Bravo Golf Foxtrot. Man overboard, recovered.
Okay, thank you, guys.
The next challenge Becrux has to face is very real and immediate. Skirting so close to the coast saves time and fuel, but adds hazards. Fishing boats, hundreds of them. Because they're wood, you can never be sure that they'll all show up on radar. It's impossible to slalom a behemoth like Becrux through so many small boats. Second Officer Manjit Aulak uses the rules of the maritime road to maintain Becrux's right-of-way. If he can keep the approaching boats on his left or port side, then they'll have to avoid him. He'll only need to yield to the ones on his right or starboard side. But everybody has to steer around fishing boats with nets in the water because they can't maneuver very well.
We have one fishing boat ahead. She have nets in the water doing fishing. So now she is not moving. I am observing him on the radar. Come 350.
350. What's the code?
This is motor vessel Becrux, call sign India Bravo Golf Foxtrot. I will be keeping clear, keeping her port. We have 1.5 mile clearance.
While the officers on the bridge white-knuckle it through the fishing fleet, the stockmen are sweating too. It turns out one group of cattle ended up in the wrong pens. Leaving them in place would cause huge delays when it's time to unload them. With that disaster averted, there's time for one last ale at the rail.
Another great day, you blokes. Next stop, Jakarta.
Up on the bridge, Third Officer Giuseppe Verducci once again has the night watch. Those fishing boats are hard enough to spot by day. In the dark, with few running lights, they are a nightmare. Tonight will be a challenge, and tomorrow, when they enter one of the world's busiest ports, things will really get hectic. Becrux has made it nearly all the way through the Java Sea on schedule and without meeting any pirates.
We are on the chart, we are here, 45 miles north of Java. So we will be at Jakarta Pilot Station about 1600 today.
The destination is just over the horizon, but the unloading dock is a long way off. Jakarta's harbor is crowded with tankers, cargo ships, and swarms of smaller vessels. It's impossible to keep the right of way. As they approach the narrow gap in the breakwater, it's time for the pilot to board.
Okay, pilot level is ready in the port side.
When your ship is worth $100 million, a pilot who knows the harbor and every local rock and shoal is literally worth his weight in gold.
Stop engine. Forward.
Kita kali pertama match it. 420. 420 feet.
Jakarta's seaport is one of the busiest in the world. To an untrained eye, it looks like chaos.
Stop out.
Stop out.
Yes. That's faster.
That's slow start. Now we go after parallel. Yes. Okay, boss, is enough. Mr. Pilot. Very good.
But now their final challenge, Indonesian health inspection. The stockmen need to prove again that they haven't brought any foreign diseases or pests with them. Sandeep Kumar, the ship's cadet, raises the quarantine flag. Nothing can come or go until Indonesian quarantine has signed off. One problem, and they can force Becrux back to sea, a disaster that could cost the exporter millions and his reputation. The success of the voyage and the $12 million cargo hangs in the balance.
We had a very good trip this time, sir. Very small mortality. Just the one mortality at sea. Good size, huh? Very fat.
The cattle do look healthy. No pests have moved in. The inspectors sign off. The yellow flag is hauled down. There are no road trains in Jakarta, just a line of small trucks that carry a few animals each. It's not quite the end of their journey. They're headed to market.
Just arrived in Jakarta after 4 days at sea. The livestock are in magnificent condition. Customers are happy. Another successful voyage for the MV Becrux, most modern livestock ship in the world.
Soon, Becrux will be on her way back to Australia, where 70,000 sheep are waiting for a lift to Oman and Qatar in the Persian Gulf. As the most modern livestock carrier in the world, the ship and her expert crew are in high demand. Often, her customers have no idea of the dangers she faces, nor the expertise required to run a ship like Becrux. But they do know she's in a class all her own.